It's 2024. Does anybody really still need a Marshall? Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. And today we're trying a little bit of a different video. What we're going to be doing is comparing some amp in the box distortion pedals or overdrive pedals and comparing it or putting it up against my Marshall. I think generally in 2024 we're seeing a big drive and change in the rigs and the setups that guitarists are running live. If people are still using amps, they're definitely using smaller, lighter, more modern amps. Things like Victory. Or they're going down to the smaller 20-watt styled amps like this. Or they're going the full modular and you're running your QC, Quad Cortex, Kempers, Axe effects. And this is just a really quick video just to see, is there a massive difference between an amp in the box pedal compared to running in a Marshall, a proper Marshall amp? And I know some people might say this isn't a proper one at only 20 watts rather than your 50 or 100 watts, but you know, it is still a Marshall. It still does that Marshall thing. So do we still need one, or can we get away with something smaller? So I think just to touch on the guitar that we've used for today's video, it's my 2009 Gibson Les Paul Standard gold top. A couple of modifications made to this guitar. So I've taken the burst buckers out, and we've now got a pair of Sunbear SB59 PAF style pickups, and then the loom, or the old PCB board that came with this guitar, that's been ripped out for a Monty's loom, and then the input jack has also been changed for the non-Nutric locking one. I know some people like the locking one, but I not found it irritating, but gigging and stuff, when you really wanted a quick change, that could make it quite problematic. Everything else is stock. This is tuned, I do play in E flat. Sorry about the cat. So what I tried to do is get these pedals sounding as close as physically possible to the Marshall. I felt that that was the fairest test, um, and I have put the settings up as we've gone through for two reasons. One, that's just how I like it, so I felt like it was more likely that I was going to play well. But also, it's interesting to see how it reacted to the different dynamics, the picking softly, harder, rolling down of the volume pots, things like that, which I think adds completely, to the playing and the amp. We like things to have some sort of dynamic. So I wanted to try and make sure that was referenced in this video. Now, me personally, what one did I prefer? What one did you prefer? It might differ. My preference still came down to the Marshall, this thing here. These two pedals, and they were just two that I had sat up here. There are lots of other amps in the box style pedals that might get closer to the Marshall than these two. Why did I like this more? I did feel like it reacted a little more dynamically to some of my playing, and then when it did, those edges, they were just a bit smoother than the pedals. I felt that the pedals darkened up a little quicker as well, whereas that retained a little more high end. Not much, but just enough that as the person playing it, I could hear. And then the other thing for me is these have so much gain. I dimed it at the end there just to compare max out gain. Because when I bought this pedal, this was kind of, always said that the high gain was when you were diming your plexi. This dimed just had a better sound for me personally. I don't need that much gain. This is actually my friend's. I know he loves this pedal. Nothing wrong with having some more gain. There's just too much on tap. For me here, I don't need it. I would much rather play that. However, if I'm playing a small show and I just want to have a clean and a dirty and I don't want to mess around with a lot of gear, then absolutely, in a pub, this will get me as close to that as I physically need to be going into that with 2 other pedals, and I will be absolutely fine. And I think the other thing is a lot of us are finding nowadays we're we're told not to play loud. We're told not to gun the amps. We're always asked to turn down. So that is a solution to those that may not have the privilege of being able to turn up to a pub gig and just turn your amp up loud. I understand that is something in modern day living that we can't always do. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that there was some little indiscrepancies, differences that you're like, oh, I didn't realise that, or maybe you've just watched me noodle around with Marshalls for 10 minutes. Whichever way, thank you very much for stopping by. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Do you have a Marshall? Did you have a Marshall? Have you gone away from Marshalls? Or are you coming back to real amps and Marshalls? Let me know. Let's have a chat. But otherwise, leave a like, leave a comment, maybe even subscribe. We've just passed 100 subscribers, which was amazing. And yeah, check back next time and we might have another video. Take care and I'll catch you soon.